Japan, this is the rainfall from Cyclone Vayu, now pulling away from Gujarat and turning less wet and windy along the coastline here. Into Africa, equatorial showers and storms. The north and south is mainly dry, quite windy though through eastern coastal areas. Not as wet as it's been into the United Kingdom. Heavy downpours in parts of Denmark for Saturday that could be thundery, and into France as well. Still hot through central and eastern parts of Europe. Some wet weather affecting parts of Uruguay and Argentina. Much of Brazil is looking dry. Risk of severe thunderstorms pushing a little bit further eastwards across parts of the USA. It's quite hot for some in the west. Bye-bye.
The weather, sponsored by Qatar Airways.
Follow the food in association with Corteva Agriscience.
Japan's largest farming cooperative has helped to reinvigorate the population of the white Oriental sword, which nearly 50 years ago was declared extinct from Japan. Today, however, there are more than 151 white Oriental swords flying in the skies, and it's largely because they are able to feed off the biodiversity of the rice field. Japan's largest farming cooperative has now taken measures to encourage young people to come back to the land. And it's one way in which commercial farming and nature conservation can work hand in hand. And it's definitely something that the Japanese are very proud about.
Follow the food in association with Corteva Agriscience.
Get live ball-by-ball cricket coverage on the BBC Sport website and app, with all the big international matches across all forms of the game. Join the debate on social media and get the latest stats and scorecard info direct to your phone. Go online and download the app now. Hello, this is BBC World News with me, Karen Gillen. Our top story. Washington releases what it says is video evidence of Iranian involvement in Thursday's attack on 2 tankers in the Gulf of Oman. The World Health Organization is meeting now to decide whether the Ebola outbreak in eastern Congo should be declared an international public health emergency. Women across Switzerland take to the streets in a day of demonstrations against what they say is persistent discrimination. Also in the programme, 2 years on from the Grenfell Tower fire. A service of remembrance is held for 72 people who lost their lives in the London town. Hello, welcome to BBC World News. Iran has rejected US accusation that it was behind attacks on 2 oil tankers in the Gulf of Oman. The US has released a video which it says shows the Iranian Revolutionary Guard removing an unexploded mine from one of the ships. President Trump says the video made him sure that Tehran was to blame. He told Fox News he was ready to go back to the negotiating table, but there was no rush. Correspondent Jonathan Beale has more.
Is this proof of Iran trying to remove evidence of nuclear terrorists targeted in the Gulf? America says their video shows Iran's Revolutionary Guard taking away an unexploded mine, which the US believes they planted on one of the ships. The US Navy also released these photos taken earlier of the same ship, one arrow pointing to where they believe a mine exploded, and the other where they think the mine was still attached. America has no doubt Iran is behind these attacks on a critical shipping route. Britain says it will study the evidence, but it too is pointing the finger at Iran.
Hello, Matthew.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing quite okay, and you?
Well, I wouldn't say that I'm doing great because right now I'm staying in bed and because I have issues with my legs. But anyway, teach the class. So that's about my news. How about yours? What's new?
I'm afraid. So, what is new? Maybe.
Just what happened? I haven't seen you for a while. Just what are your latest updates?
And I have no real updates, but I traveled to Yekaterinburg recently. You know, from Nizhny Tagil, it's quite not a big distance. And I bought a book on history of the USA because I always felt that I know not everything about this subject. In fact, I just knew the facts that were from school history books, and in school history books, the history of USA just interrupts at the point of the War of Independence. And that's all. And I was not satisfied with this. And I bought this book, and I'm going to study it now a bit every day, if I could. So I hope to expand my knowledge on this topic.
Okay, so what's the title of the book?
It's the Encyclopedia of History of the USA. It was I bought it for sale, cheaper than it was expected to sell, because it has some issues, minor issues with the cover, so that's why.
And is it in Russian or in English?
It's definitely in Russian, because you know, I'm not supposed to find in a rather in not that big bookstore a really serious book written in English. There were some books in English, but they were intended to help me to learn English, and it was some kind of adopted versions of literary classics of English speaking literature. You know.
Yeah, but
They said.
Yeah, the translations of the books like American history, I don't think that they will be of great benefit for you. I would rather recommend you reading everything what you read in English. Yeah, it's a pity that it's not possible for you to read the book like that in English. Because right now I'm reading a book about Laika. Do you know this dog's name, Laika?
Yeah.
And what do you know about Laika?
If we're talking about the same thing, that it's like the space dog which was launched on the second Earth satellite to prove that living creatures could stay in space.
Right, absolutely. So that's one of the Americans who I worked for just gave me as a present, as a gift, this book. And this is the book by an American author, Kurt Caswell. So it's possible even for you to read it online, and it's a good book, and it's a good story, and it's a good resource for you to learn the English language. So I highly recommend you reading something in English. Okay. So
could you please type the complete title and especially the name of author because in chat, because I'm not really sure I can reproduce it correctly by
Yeah, I will.
by-
I will show it to you online. Just hold on.
thanks.
Where is that? I'm just looking. Yeah. So no, that's not correct. Yeah, but
It's
I will show it to you. I will show it. So that's the book online. Kurt Caswell. Can you see it?
no, I just can't see your screen because it's just you on the whole screen and
Okay.
there's no
Hold
screen
on.
capture.
I will try. How about now?
Yeah, that's a lot better. So
Okay.
Kurt Caswell, like as Windows, the legacy of Soviet space dog.
Yeah, and you can. I can provide the link for your reading.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. So I'll go provide it. Now, yeah, that's chat. So yeah. So I send it to you.
Thanks. I will save it.
Yeah. So I think that this is a pretty good book. I read maybe some around 40 pages, but that's a good one. Okay, so now we will keep on working on what we have to do
Yeah,
now.
and I didn't forget it. I just wanted to ask about your translation experience during the last business trip. Did you translate it, instantly, or there was some pauses, or what did it sound like? Like,
Okay,
what was the process?
yeah, I understand
I
what
saw
it's
the
saying.
pictures.
Yeah, so just hold on. I'm trying to make the good presentation. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Okay. Then if because you asked, I will show you the the pictures from my job. Okay. So this is my job as a translator, and this is
Yeah,
have you seen it?
Yeah, I have seen it, but how it was all going. Somebody spoke and you tried to translate it in the time, just trying to keep up with the speech, or
Well, I have a contract, and the contract says that my translation should be simultaneous. It's not consecutive. There are two major types of translation: simultaneous and consecutive. So I did the simultaneous translation, which means that the speaker is only at most three words ahead of me. So we speak together. I'm 3 words behind him.
so it should be really harsh to do it, because I suggest that there was some event. the words were quite complicated, I guess, and
Well,
the
this
sense
is
of
this is called technical terminology.
yeah,
You know that translators are trained specifically to learn the vocabulary related
yeah,
to this area. And right now, it's about agriculture, and it's about
yeah,
cattle breeding, it's about cows, it's about dairy, milk production. So for me, it's my job, and I have to know all the vocabulary.
yeah. It's really hard to imagine. So thanks for this information.
Have you seen these pictures?
Yeah,
This
I've
is
seen them before.
this is the deputy minister of agriculture of Republic of Bashkortostan, and this is Brian Mitchell, the American consultant.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Now, yeah. You want?
I see. That's no. I just wanted to thank.
Okay. So if you remember, let's go back to the book, and if you remember, we stopped and we were supposed to start talking about writing, and in particular writing emails. So just read these questions and think and talk a little bit about these questions. Please do. Read aloud.
So how much of the correspondence is through email compared with letters? You know, my correspondence isn't particularly large, and it's 100% not in letters. It's more in email and even more in instant messaging. So that's I receive no letters in paper.
Okay.
It's like never.
Yeah, sometimes we call it snail mail. Snail mail, which means very slow mail. Okay, go ahead, read another question.
Do you approach emails differently from letters? Does it depend who you are writing to? I approach emails as I approach emails because I never even approached letters apart from my English studies, actually. I talk about real letters. So my approach really depends from who I'm writing to, because if it's a formal email or formal instant message, I have to use the proper greeting form. I have to use the proper, all the proper words that express respect and so on. If it's an email, I have to use I have to sign it properly, and so on. In informal emails and instant messages, it's really not that important, and I can use less formal forms of greeting and etc.
Okay. Yeah, very good. Thank you. And then I read exercise 2.
Read the task. What points are needed to address the reply? This is a part of an email you have received from your English friend. What happened to you last night? It's anxious for you. I hope you have a good excuse. Seriously though, hope nothing is wrong. Let me know when you'd like to meet up, and we can reschedule or schedule. Okay. Write email.
Yeah. So you see, the task is what points need to be addressed in the reply. Now just tell me. Mhm.
So I suppose it's two major points, just three major points. Maybe reassuring that whether something is wrong or it's nothing, providing a good excuse for for being late or something that happened. And the third point is rescheduling.
Reschedule. Yeah, that's British.
Rescheduling.
Reschedule and American is reschedule. They're very good. Excellent. Now we will read the two answers, and just the question is which of these two answers is more appropriate and why. Okay. Now please read the first one.
So, hi Charlie. Sorry about last night. No, nothing's wrong. The thing is, I was held up. My tutorial went over time and I didn't get in till 6:30. I got changed, I had a bite to eat, then I tried to get you on mobile, but it was switched off. So I texted you just to let you know I was going to be late. I know you didn't get it because by the time I got there, you'd be obviously given up and gone home. Sorry. Hope you're not too mad at me. I'm pretty free. That's part one, apologize, excuses and so on.
Go ahead.
I'm pretty free next weekend except for Saturday night when I'm going to a party. So Friday night or any time on Sunday would be good for me. Let me know if either of those days suits you. If you fancy eating out, you can go to Maria's. The pizzas are supposed to be very good. I can book us a table because it tends to be busy at the weekend. Can't wait to hear all about your holiday. Speak soon, Andres.
Okay, and read another one.
Taking into account the tone and style of the previous of the original letter, it's really hilarious to read the next one.
Okay.
Dear Charlie Black, I'm writing to apologize for yesterday evening. Unfortunately, I was delayed as my tutorial overran and I did not arrive home until 6:30. I changed, had a snack, and attempted to contact you on your mobile phone, but it was switched off. I therefore sent you a text message to inform you that I was going to be late. I realized that you did not receive my message because by the time I arrived, you had obviously decided I was not coming and had returned home. I do apologize. Could we reschedule for the next weekend? I have several commitments already, but I have a window on Sunday evening. Would Sunday be convenient for you? I have heard they serve excellent pizzas at Maria's. I could reserve a table for us unless you would prefer to go elsewhere. I look forward to hearing from you. Yours sincerely, Andreas Lombardi.
All right, so which one is more appropriate and why?
The first letter is the first email is definitely more appropriate as it fits the style of the original email, and is more informal. And the second one is quite is a lot more formal and may sound irrelevant to this particular situation.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. So you have the examples of formal and informal letters in informal language in the letter. So say whether formal and or informal writing is more likely to. So please, what do you think?
So short sentences are really widespread in informal writing. Impersonal tone is for formal writing. Contractions can be used in informal one, and polite phrases are very widespread in formal letters. Passive voice, passive verbs is we can meet passive verbs in formal letters, whereas in informal letters we use phrasal verbs. Leave out verbs, words like pronouns is really widespread in informal letters. And using very simple words or slang is really something like informal letters.
Yeah, so you see, the idea is that when you will be writing the email in the Russian national exam, you have to keep in mind what it says here. Okay, now, so how many of the informal features from the list above can you find in the first email? What do you think?
So sentences can be quite short in this email. First, I mean, contractions. I think there were contractions. Phrasal verbs there certainly were. Leave out words. I just didn't notice it, but maybe.
Yeah, you can see it here, for example.
Yeah.
Sorry. The meaning is I'm sorry, and that this is or sorry about last night. I'm very sorry about last night. This is the leave out words, for example, pronouns. Okay, then.
And simple words or slang are also widespread.
Like, for example?
Like, for example, I don't know, but there were really, because...
this is definitely slang.
It's contraction, yeah.
That's definitely slang. So you have to keep in mind when you write your Russian exam. Okay, go ahead and read the 6.
Here are some typical ways of starting and ending an email or letter. Which phrases are informal and which are more formal? Best wishes is formal. Cheers is informal. Dear Sam is so formal, but maybe it can be really informal. But that's something in between, I believe. Dear Sir is definitely formal. Good to hear from you. Formal. Hello and hi. And whatever that means is informal.
Hiya.
Yeah, that's the same as hi, yeah? As you can see.
Yeah.
How are things with you? That's informal, I guess. I'm writing to that's definitely formal. What it is?
It's just an explanation giving your excitement.
Yeah. So this is informal. If it's an exclamation, your hand, it's maybe some sign.
That's the same like you're your hunter. Yeah. Means.
And yeah. So regards is formal. thanks for your email is formal, but maybe less formal than thanks for your email of 15-20. You asked me about that can be used maybe both in formal and informal letters, but maybe more informal.
Yes.
Yours faithfully and sincerely is really formal, heavily formal.
Yeah, very good. The only thing is that best wishes is for both, for formal and informal. Cheers is informal, and then dear Sam, dear sir is formal. So that's kind of a, do not confuse with the Russian word дорогой. It's absolutely not the meaning of дорогой. The meaning is more to like уважаемый, dear. We almost never use, even when I write to my American counterparts, when I write emails, I almost never use this like dear Gary or dear Brian. It sounds very, very formal. Usually what we do, yeah?
Yeah, but I wanted to notice that I was taught, and I still do, I wrote informal letters in the ninth form examinations, and I'm still taught for 11th form examination, Russian state exam, that informal letter to a friend, imaginary friend, should be should start from dear name.
Yeah, I understand. Okay, I will explain it in Russian then, so that you will understand. Но первое, что вы заметили сами, Матвей, это то, что практически никто не пишет сегодня бумажных писем. Ну, вы, например, за свою жизнь не написали ни одного, правильно?
Да.
То есть речь идет о том, что все само по себе задание, которое вы выполняете в русском экзамене ЕГЭ, оно фиктивное. Ну, это надо признать, вы должны сами признать, что вы выполняете задание, которое вы никогда в жизни на практике не примените.
Ну да.
То есть оно абсурдно, понимаете, изначально, оно само по себе содержит в себе, ну, вы должны признать это сами для себя. Задание это абсурдно.
То есть...
Сейчас, одну минуточку, но это вы сказали, понимаете, не я сказал, что вы никогда не писали. Я в своей жизни, я писал очень много писем, обыкновенных, бумажных и так далее. Вы в своей жизни никогда не писали. Поэтому для чего в российском экзамене содержится подобное задание, это очень трудно понять. То есть исходное задание само по себе, непонятно, что это за задание. Раз. И причем еще раз напоминаю, что это не я вам говорю. Это вы говорите о том, что вы никогда в жизни не писали письменного письма на бумаге. Теперь далее. За свою большую практику я вам еще раз повторяю, что переписывает. Когда я пишу dear, это только тогда, когда речь идет только о, я не знаю, там, дорогой Вейн, в ответ на ваш запрос по поводу следующего положения в нашем совместном контракте, пункт 4-5, мои руководители хотели бы вам передать, что они рассматривают это положение таким-то образом. Что вы думаете? То есть вот речь идет о контракте, о подписании контракта, да. В этом случае я пишу Dear Wayne, что означает на русский язык совершенно недорогой Wayne.
Уважаемый.
Как вы видите, уважаемый господин Wayne. Обращаться к своим людям, которым даже старше меня, но которые являются моими друзьями, обращаться к ним dear, как я говорю, dear Victor or dear Gary, понимаете, это ну, почти насмешка. Ну, вы подумайте сами, если, допустим, я даже к вам бы обращался по-русски, уважаемый Матвей. Это почти звучало бы как насмешка. Вот, поэтому я, естественно, пишу, допустим, hello, Victor, hello, Gary, hello, Brian. И это полуформальное письмо. А если я пишу формальное письмо, то я пишу hi, Brian, или просто Brian, и никаких других обращений. Okay? So, any questions here?
No questions.
All right. Good. Good. Yeah. So, what I want you to do is just try and find some people who you can exchange emails or texts with online. That's not very hard to find, and you will see for yourself that it sounds a little bit awkward when you use dear for the people your age or something. Okay. Yeah. So most of the time we finish the letter with the words regards. Yeah, that's okay. So number 7.
Which words or phrases are used in the second email on page 28 instead of these informal words and phrases in the first email? A bite to eat.
What is that?
A bite to eat. Had a snack.
Yeah, that's very true. So then, next.
Tried. Made an attempt, maybe.
Yeah, attempted. Very good.
Attempted.
Yeah.
So, let's scroll if it's possible.
Yeah.
So, where's so? So I texted you.
Yeah, but instead
of
therefore, yes.
Then I texted you. And I sent you a text message,
right.
maybe.
Yes, very true.
To let you know, to notify. Maybe.
To inform you. To inform you. Yeah. Okay.
Because. Then gone home.
Yeah.
Had returned home.
Right. And then.
Sorry. I apologize. I'm sorry.
I do apologize. It says here. Yeah.
I do apologize.
Yep. 8.
8. Which words or phrases are used in the second email instead of phrases or verbs held up and get in the first email, and why? Held up and get in. So, how can we get in?
So held up. It's the thing is I was held up, and here.
I was delayed.
I was delayed, yeah, and get in. Yeah, I didn't get in till 6:30. I didn't.
And I did not arrive home.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, very good. And then replace the words and phrases in italics with the correct form of one of these phrasal verbs. So please.
To admit he's wrong. To More- I don't really think that I know this phrasal verb. What's back down?
Yeah, right.
What's bump into? What's call off?
Yeah. No. Back
Yeah,
down
maybe
is to admit. Yeah. Bump into
So,
столкнуться.
yeah,
Back down поддержать, согласиться. Okay, then.
yeah. So I wish people wouldn't eat in their desks. I just can't put up with it.
Yes, right.
I wish I wouldn't criticize me in public. It's really embarrassing. Call off,
No.
put me down.
Yeah, absolutely. Put me down in public. Yeah. Then.
Quite by chance, I met, bumped into maybe.
Yeah. I bumped into someone I was at school with yesterday. Then.
Have you heard about Tim and Jen? They've
Cancelled.
called,
They called off their
cancelled, called off.
Yeah. And then the last one.
My grandparents raised 5 children, brought up.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Matthew, it's about time to finish. So, any questions about that? We are going to round up. So, any questions, any ideas, any comments, protests, whatever you want to say?
So I'm afraid I have no questions for it, but I want to thank you for this experience, because I really didn't know much of this material,
Okay.
because of our obsolete rules of writing letters in our textbooks.
Yeah, I agree. All right, thank you so much, and I hope I will see you next Friday, and have a very good weekend. And that's it for today.
Yeah, thanks. I wish to get better.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Bye for now.
Goodbye.